the purpose of this interview is to gather data from professionals like yourself, and then to analyze it with a view to publishing the results in the form of a book, which may be named as 10 Lessons from 100 Interviews.
Good.
So
thank you, Aryan, for choosing us.
Welcome. So I really hope you're doing well and having a great day so far. So thank you so much for making yourself available for this meeting. I really appreciate it. So regarding this meeting, it will be in interview format and it will take approximately 20 to 25 minutes. I hope it's okay with you. So I will share my screen as and when required, and please consider that the questions that are asked, they will be on behalf of my age group, which is around 11 to 13 years old. So
Okay.
I wonder if do you have any questions before we begin?
Either of us can answer?
Yes. So both of you have to answer at least one of each question. So I'll say a question, then one of you will have to say the answers.
Okay.
Sure.
Both of you have to say at least one answer. Yeah?
Perfect.
You can say one or two. Yeah. Okay. So here's the agenda for today. It is mainly spread into 3 sections. In the first section, there will be a set of questions, followed by a personality check in the middle, which is just a fun activity and something for you to take away. And lastly, some suggestion and advice questions from you.
Perfect.
So I hope you're as excited as I am. So let's begin. So
Sure.
just to begin with, could you please briefly describe what your role is professionally?
So I'll go first.
Okay.
I am a lawyer and a company secretary by profession. I work with a company called Stryker India Private Limited. It's a medical device company. And I am there from last 3 years. Before Stryker, I was working with PepsiCo India, which is a beverage and foods company.
Interesting.
Hi, I'm Brijesh. So I take care of procurement and supply chain function for a leading food services company for India business.
Cool. So do you like your job? How do you feel about it?
Sorry, can you be a little louder, please?
Yeah, sure. So how do you feel about your job? Do you like it?
Oh yeah, of course. It's my passion to work in this particular area. So in any environment, in any industry, I think procurement and supply chain plays a very vital role in business growth and otherwise in a business continuity as well. So definitely I like my role.
Thank you. So I think both of them are good as things to do about food, being a lawyer. Thank you. So now I'm very interested to know which hobbies you enjoy. Are there any in particular?
You go first?
You'll go first.
Okay. So I enjoy spending time with my kids. I have 2 sons. One is 5-year-old and the other one is 13. So I think, and especially during COVID, that's all we can do. And apart from that, I love shopping, going out, spending time with friends, and partying.
About me, of course, spending time with the kids is definitely an interesting area. Apart from that, I spend a lot of time in watching interesting videos on business, data analytics, and stuff like that, which keeps me updated on what's going on in the market.
Thank you. I think both of them are good. So watching TV on things that are going all around the industry, shopping, and spending time with family. I think all 3 of them are very necessary, like shopping, obviously. And then you should also know what's going around you. So also like news, things that you know what's happening around the world, and spending time with family.
Yeah.
Cool. So moving on to the next question, do you have a soft skill that you are very glad to have? Maybe like communication or teamwork?
Sorry. Again,
Do you have a soft skill, something like a teamwork or collaboration?
Yeah, so of course, I take care of a large function in the organization, which means my team is pretty large. So team management is one of the areas for my kind of a role in an organization, how to keep the team engaged in this troubled times, how to keep them motivated so that they keep on delivering the business results. So it's one area to be always focused upon.
And for me, I think decision making is one thing which I have to do quite often being a lawyer. So I think that's one area which I think I am good at.
Definitely. So, making decisions and managing teams, I think both of them are very good. Like, you need to know how to manage people. You need to know how to be the leader, and it's also good if you follow, but mainly try making the path for other people to follow, and then also making decisions. That's also brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah.
So now that's a skill you both have. Is there a skill that you really wished you had?
So I'll go first. I think I need to be a little more patient. I am too aggressive at times, and that's one thing I need to work upon.
And I think same goes for me.
So both of you think that you need to be a little more patient.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because you should always have like control on yourself. So, can you? Is there like a time when you think that you really should be patient,
Yeah.
and you think,
Yeah, a lot of times actually being a lawyer, and especially I'll talk about professionally, you need to deal with various kind of people across. Okay, and all of them do not have the same wavelength, and so you really need to be patient to understand. You need to be a good listener for you to take a better call as a lawyer. So I think that's pretty much required.
definitely, I understand because patience is also it's also a very good quality. You should always try being patient. So yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So now moving on from skills to advice, has there been a time when you were given a piece of advice and that you were very glad to have followed it?
So we've received the advice or we've given the advice?
You've been so someone gave it to you. You've received.
Okay. So you go first.
I think the kind of environment we are into, the business environment, there are a lot of times wherein you seek advices from people because you can't be expert in every area. So at times you look out for people wherein they can give you advice on taking certain business decisions. So it's a regular everyday activity. And it's always like you are giving advice to someone and somebody else is giving you an advice. So yeah, it's a pretty normal thing to have.
So is there any particular one you've someone gave to you and you're very glad to have followed it? Like you wouldn't have been
So
at
I'll
this.
give you an example, Aryan. I have a mentor by the name Shankar. I had worked with him for 16 years in PepsiCo. So
Wow.
one of the advice he had given me that I need to be a little more empathic toward people. And I need to be kind when I am giving advice because being a lawyer at times you become aggressive. And so
It's
that's one
like kind of
advice which that's one advice which I try to follow as much as I can. And I think being empathetic is one thing which I've learned from my mentor.
definitely, it makes sense. You should always try being kind, try being patient, even though you might have a chance of being aggressive. So like start becoming calm. Thinking.
I didn't get the question, Aaron. Can you please repeat?
No, I was just saying that it's brilliant to be kind, because sometimes when you have the chance to be aggressive, you might think it's better to be aggressive, but then later on, so don't do things that you might regret later on.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, definitely. It happens most of the time, actually. When you to people and you realize later on during the day when you actually think about it, how did the day went? And then you realize it should not have been the same way. It could have been a better, you could have done better at that point in time. So definitely there's a reflection which happens.
Yeah, so maybe I will reflect upon one advice which was given to me in my initial days. So the kind of function I am into, so the advice was on detailing out the work that you do, say amount of data that you do and derive the information out of it. So rather than jumping onto a conclusion, if it is a systematic approach to a particular problem, then the solution is much more pragmatic and much more emphatic for the business.
hmm, definitely. I agree with you. Thank you. So now this piece was advice you've been given and you were very glad to have. So now is there a piece of advice that has still been given to you, so you've received it, but you really wished you had followed?
something that has been given to you, but you wish to have followed, but not followed?
Again, being patient, I think. That's a
So people have,
constant challenge I have. Those people have advised that I need to be a little more patient with while dealing with people, and I try to do that, but still I've still not achieved that
hard.
100% there. I still have a way to go.
Mm-hmm. Like that, I can understand. And how about you, Mister?
I think again, going back to the advice that I've followed, but there are a lot of other things that you can do in the same area, the detailing out the things. I don't think I've achieved the complete potential, or I dig into too many details around it. So while I start the journey, I may not be completing in totality at times. So this is something that I still need to work upon.
So because you added maybe too much detail.
Oh yeah,
I understand. It's sometimes you might actually get carried away in what you're doing, and then let's say they say you need to do this much detail, but you might go like, yes, I'll be doing this much detail, but then maybe last time you didn't do as much detail, so you'll think of
yeah,
going, let's do more of what he said,
yes.
so more of how much you interpret it, but then you might do too much. So like that.
Actually, at time it's a time constraint also. Sometimes you get time to go into so many details, but sometimes you have to take quick decisions, and therefore you do not have so much of time to go into each and every single details.
Definitely. So thank you for that. We just before we move on to the second section, the personality check, could you please try to describe yourself with 3 words?
Okay, so I'll go first. I think honest,
Mm-hmm.
hardworking, and trustworthy.
So could you please describe why you use these words?
Okay, trustworthy because I have a lot of friends who really trust me, be it a professional or a personal advice. So I think I'm a person people can rely upon. Honest, I really feel that's one basic characteristics everybody should have to be honest, whether be it a professional or a personal space.
Definitely.
And what was the third one? Did I say?
The third one you said hardworking.
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 That's obvious. If you have to achieve something in life, you really need to work hard and be focused on it.
So if there's like if your passion, so another advice that someone had been given, I think his name was Adrian. So he said that I'll come back on that. I just forgot.
No worries.
Yeah. So it was something to do with work. Oh yeah. So you should. So you love what you do. So do what. So how should I? So
Do what you love.
yeah. So do what
Do
you
what you
love.
love and love what you do.
Yeah. So that's a statement that he had told me. And then so you should always go by your passion. And then let's say something bad goes in it, you won't go like it's too hard, I can't do it. You'll always try doing it because you
Yeah.
love your job. So yeah.
That's absolutely true, Aaron.
Okay. And how about you, Mr. Pandey? Could you please tell me the 3 words?
Yeah, so of course, hardworking goes without saying, and I am very empathetic about others, be it business or otherwise. And then I'm also a team player, so I work on team goals, and I always believe that the team wins a particular battle. It's not an individual contribution which matters.
Yeah. So you should always work in a team.
Yeah. So in all my communication, it's going to be we, more we than I. Very little of I comes.
Thank you. So I think all these words brilliant, being trustworthy, hardworking, honest, and being a team player. I think all of them are brilliant. Thank you. So now we have completed the first section of this interview, and we will move on to the second section, which is the personality check. And if you ask me, I think it is probably the most fun part in this whole interview. So you'll be seeing a slide coming up, yeah? So it's this. So there aren't any right or wrong answers, and if you feel that there are any hard questions, feel free to skip them. So can you please put the following 5 animals in the order of your preference.
I'll go first. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Tiger comes first to me.
Mm-hmm.
Second comes the horse. Third is the cow. Fourth is a sheep, and fifth is a pig.
Thank you. So, each one means something. So, Mr. Pandey, could you also please say the order of what you prefer?
I exactly will go with the same one. Tiger, horse, cow, sheep, and pig.
Thank you.
We
So,
really
We generally actually mirror our thoughts.
thank you. So, each one. So the order you have set this in, it tells what your priorities are in your life. So what you prioritize the things more, starting with the tiger, going down. Yeah. So we'll move on to the next slide to find out what each one means. So
Sure.
because both of you said tiger, your first priority
let's see what
in your
tiger
life,
means.
Your money is last. Exactly.
pride, family, job, love, and then money.
Perfect. I think this
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
absolutely right. Thank you
now-
so much, Aaron, for this.
Well, So now we will move on to the next slide to find out the next part. So now could you please share a word that you would use to describe each one of the following?
Okay, I'll go first. Dog means loyal.
Mhm.
C is calm.
Cat means cute. Rat means ugly. And C means beautiful.
Thank you. How about you, Mr. Pandey?
Dog is loyal.
Mm-hmm.
Cat is it's actually cute. Rat is, I don't like it.
Don't say ugly. I've already
I
said
don't like it. C is
Okay.
calmness. C is depth.
Thank you. So each one of them describes a personality that you've used. Yeah. So
Okay.
so dog is describing something, cat is describing something, rat is describing something, and then so is the sea. So we'll move on to the next slide to find out what each one means.
Sure.
So when you said the dog was loyal, you're loyal, your partner's cute, your enemies are ugly, and your life is beautiful, Andy.
That's so true.
Very good.
Aaron, that's absolutely brilliant.
Thank you. So now, I think this next one is going to be the most fun.
Is it tough?
Well, not really. So
Not really? Okay.
this is the last section of the personality check, and it is specially designed for couples, and hopefully by the end of this section, you both will know each other better. So
I'll
sure
go first. I think white is what resembles him.
Wait a sec, wait. Yeah, wait. So I'm sure. How do you know? That's literally my question.
Because I read it on the slide, Aaron.
Oh, you did?
Then out of the 5 colors, which color resembles your partner?
Yeah, that's the first one. So there will be 3 questions.
Okay.
So you said white. How about you, Mr. Pandey?
Saffron? The orange one?
Thank you. Now, each one of these colors means something. So it symbolizes something. So all of these are basically symbolizing something. So then, Mr. Pandey, you said that so orange is someone who you consider your true friend,
Okay.
and white is someone who's similar to you or your twin soul.
Wow.
Wow. That's nice.
Thank you. I hope you found that interesting. And then
Yeah.
moving on to the second question. In your mind, could you please think of one quality of yours that you think your partner likes about you?
What do you like about me? That's a tricky one, Aaron.
I think what I like about her is
Wait. So when I say
oh, this is objective type. There are
yes, please. So have both of you got your the quality you think?
Not really. I'm still thinking.
No, I have. So, are you giving up some choices, or we can
Yeah,
choose our word?
yeah, you can choose your thing. So now, Mr. Pandey, could you please say something that you think
Yeah.
that
So, what I like about her is her openness and
wait,
whatever is in.
something that you think that she likes
You
about you?
like about it.
I'm sorry.
What do you think I
Yeah,
like about you?
this is it's kind of hard to de-word it or word it differently.
But he answered my question, Aaron. I was about to say that only, that I think he likes my candidates.
Wow.
Yeah.
That I'm very straightforward. I think that is what he likes about me.
And I think what she likes about me is I don't carry anything in my heart. Whatever is gone. Every day is a fresh day.
So do you
Yeah.
think is that? Yeah. Thank you. So you guys really do know each other well.
Yes, we do.
Now, moving on to the third question. Can both of you think of your dream holiday in your mind, please, and only reveal it when I tell you to, please?
Sure. Done?
So have both of you thought of it?
Yes.
Yeah. So can both of you say what your dream holidays are?
Should I go
At
first?
the
I
same time,
think a
at the same time, please.
beach place, maybe Mauritius or Bali, somewhere on the beach.
So
I
how about
also
you?
thought of a beach holiday, but didn't check for the place, just a beach holiday.
Cool. So it's
We're
glad that
identical, Aaron.
it's glad that both of you can have the same holidays.
Yes.
Thank you. So now we have finished the second section of this interview, and we will move on to the third section, which is the suggestion and advice section.
Sure.
So, from your personal experience, if you would like to give a piece of advice to children, what advice do you think you should give to them that they should follow?
Okay, so I'll go first. I think one advice I would want to give kids of your age specifically is your focus should be right. Okay. You may have passion for different things, I think, but your focus should be right, or you should complete your education first because before you start thinking of something else.
Mhm.
I think that's a piece of advice I would like to give kids of your age.
Definitely, you should always try doing education, focus on what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah. So, how about you, Mr. Pandey? What do you think you give to
For
children?
me, I think identify your passion, what you're good at, what do you want to do in your life. At the earliest, if you can know about that, follow that passion. It can be in any field. I think these days the market, the environment is so open and adaptive that you can grow in each area. Okay, just figure out what you want to do in life and just follow your passion.
Go for it.
So, do what you really want to do. Identify what your passion
Do
is.
what you want to do. Absolutely, yeah.
Education, focus.
Yeah, enjoy your life. I think that's more important. Things
So
will
you should
be.
enjoy what you're doing instead of what
And be
people
humble and
think.
kind.
Mhm. So thank you for that. Now, this question, it's still based on advice that you would give to children, but is there a piece of advice that you would give to children that they shouldn't do?
They shouldn't do.
Please.
Again, I'll go by the same words. They should not hurt people. They should be kind. They should be empathetic.
Yeah, so not hurting people.
Yeah.
And how about you, Mr. Pandey? Anything?
Almost similar. I think we are humans and let's be human. So follow your human instinct. Be kind to others.
Mhm.
Okay, don't try to inflict any kind of an injury on anybody else, whether it's a human being or an animal.
Mhm.
Be
So
kind.
don't hurt anyone. Basically, that be a
Yeah,
proper human. Don't hurt. Just focus on yourself, and then maybe
absolutely.
on other people. Thank you.
Yeah.
So now, thank you for all your answers. We have now completed the third section of this interview. So, if you want, should I ask you some bonus questions as well?
Sure.
Please go ahead.
Cool. So, have you done something before that had got you into trouble? If so, could you please tell a piece and what you got into trouble for, if you don't mind?
I didn't get the question.
Have you done anything that got you into trouble?
Oh yeah, I bunked the school a couple of times and I was caught by my mom, and I was in big trouble at that point in time. And there were
Wow.
days when I didn't got the food because I bunked the school for a couple of days.
Wow.
Yeah.
You went to school, you didn't get food. Wow. Thank
Yeah.
you. And how about you, Mr. Pandey? Is there anything
I,
that you did?
I think would have done a lot of things in life which could have
Mhm.
been avoided, but during that point of time, maybe the kind of intelligence or information that you have, that you missed out on things. It might be in your personal area, it might be in your professional area. So if you talk about the business environment or the professional environment, maybe the kind of thing that you're supposed to do on a particular day to achieve certain targets, you just missed it out completely. And then you try to cover up your misses by creating certain stories around. So yeah, so those kind of things could have been done in the initial days of the career.
Definitely, because like try to do it where like I didn't do anything, but then you try doing it where you try avoiding it without the other person thinking you're avoiding it.
Oh yes.
So just going like having like using the facts to avoid what you did. So going like, yes, well, it was that day. It was actually hard to do the things. I did so many things like that, like that.
Yeah, trying to
How do
create
you know so
excuses.
much, Aryan?
Yeah.
You really know so much
Yeah.
already.
So now that's the first one. That's first bonus question. So now moving to the second bonus question. Could you please share a word with me that you would use to describe my mum with?
Describe
Mum with?
your mom.
Yes, please.
I think she's too sweet, caring. In spite of the fact that she's so far from us, but the kind of messages she sends, the kind of video she sends of you guys, especially you and Shivani both, I think that keeps us connected. And I think that's one thing which I really admire about her. She's too caring.
Okay. And how about you, Mr. Pandey?
So I completely echo with Jaya on her thoughts. She is caring, and she accepts other people so well that they also think that they're part of the family. Okay. Another one is, despite you guys away from the country for so long, you still are connected to the culture and the roots of the country. That's, I think, the entire credit goes to your mom.
Yeah, brilliant work.
So now that's the second bonus question. So now moving on to the last bonus question. Have you done, because it's now this bonus question, it's related to the first bonus question. So
Okay.
have you done something, can you please tell me something that you did but you didn't get into trouble for, but you think you should have got into trouble for?
What did I do where I didn't got caught? I don't remember any such incidents, Aryan, as of now. Let me again think if I can get something.
And I think I would have done many things wherein I did not get caught for. So maybe bunking the schools and the universities at times, but never got caught by the family. I had enough excuses to say to the family what I was doing during the day in the college while I was not in the college.
Okay. So now thank you for now we have finished all of the bonus questions as well. So just to conclude, could I please request you one thing that you have liked about this interview?
I think, Aryan, your confidence, uh, the preparation you had done for this interview, specifically pointing out the questions, keeping it, the second section which you introduced, which was really nice, keeping it live, easygoing, and yeah, that's it.
And I think Aryan, at your age, understanding these kind of questions and expecting an answer and actually elaborating the answer after we would have spoken, I think at this age it's commendable. Your understanding of the subject, your understanding of in the entire thing is very good. I really like the conversation that we just had, and I wish we have similar conversation going forward as well.
Yeah, we love the conversation, Aryan. It was really good. Keep it up.
So thank you for that. And now, just for the scope of improvement, if I had to change something, what do you think I should change?
Nothing.
I don't think
think
so.
Yeah.
I really don't think so. You need to change anything. I think the way you're doing it, it's brilliant. And just be yourself.
Thank you.
Just follow your passion.
Sure. So thank you for all your time today. And as a token of appreciation, I would really like to present you with this certificate for you, Mr. Pandey.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you, Aryan.
And
that's really
this
nice.
for you, Mrs. Pandey.
Oh,
Wow.
thank you, Aryan.
Very
This
nice.
really means a lot to us. Thanks a ton. Do send it across to us, okay?
Yeah, sure. I'll send it through email.
Yep.
Yeah.
We look
Thank
forward to
you.
it. Bye.